last week and a bit here, we have removed the garage doors, we've removed the post, we've installed a temporary wall, we've installed a new beam and removed everything else and cleaned it up. So the next step here is going to be cutting the concrete at the front of the driveway here, forming and pouring a new concrete wall that is basically going to go from here to about there, and that'll give us what we need to install the new wing walls on. And then there'll be siding obviously on top of that. So that's kind of what's going on with that. Around the corner, the guys are working on the new front landing and the new front overhang. But let's jump inside. Guys are busy at work here, so if it's a little bit noisy, I apologize. We have now got the new wall installed between the old foyer and the new mudroom. We've also framed the new floor for the upper floor, so to speak. But that's really about all that's happened in here. The camera's currently more or less where cabinets are gonna be for the mudroom. It's gonna be a really amazing space for these clients as they're coming in and dropping all their stuff, and it'll help to keep their house a lot more clean and organized. Over here, we have got the flex room. We have not done a ton since last week over here. It just is what it is. But what I did want to highlight is just how tidy our team keeps our job sites. I think it's really important to keep a clean job site. It helps to make sure that things don't get overlooked and things don't get damaged. And most importantly, that our team does not hurt themselves, because we care about everybody coming to work tomorrow. Moving upstairs. So we've got Amar opening up the floor here. So the reason why we're opening that up, and I'll bring the camera over to show you, is there was a return air in a previous wall that was here. So we've got to figure out how and where we're going to relocate that. So that's why the floor is open right now. I'm now standing in the new foyer. So before, this was about 2.5 feet lower than what it is, but we're now here. Life's good. The last thing that I felt it would be interesting for our viewers to hear about, think about, learn about is, I mean, it shouldn't come as any shock or surprise to anybody. Construction projects are never up and to the right, as I like to say. And there's sometimes, occasionally, hiccups. And on this project, one of the issues that we're dealing with this week is whether or not we drop the ceiling above us or not. The clients would prefer not to, from a budgetary perspective, and also just from putting more waste into the landfills. They're pretty environmentally conscious, and that's very, very fair. The issue that we have is whether or not the electricians can install all their pot lights, do all that sort of work. And also our carpenters need to be able to frame the new skylights that are going to be going in here. For sure, we talked about it prior to the project starting, and it certainly was my recommendation and suggestion that, you know, the ceiling come down, if for no other reason, so that we can insulate it the way that I think is the proper way to do it, which is spray foam to the underside of sheething. Really the only way that makes sure that your home stays energy efficient. But we'll see what happens. That's the current issue this week, is to take the ceiling down or not. And, you know, if you're thinking, oh, Eric, it's just drywall. Well, the problem is there's also blown-in insulation above that. And contrary to bad insulation, blown-in insulation gets done after the drywall goes in. It's too heavy to just sit on top of the poly alone. It'll just fall right through. Whereas with bad insulation, it kind of friction fits between the rafters or trusses, and it kind of holds itself in place, so to speak. So with blown-in insulation, it's not just the drywall that we would have to deal with, it's also the insulation. So that's the issue of this week. And you know what? We always figure out a way to come to an amicable and agreeable conclusion and figure it out. And it's always in service of our clients. And we're just here as guides, for the most part, to help our clients achieve their goals. And that's what we're here for. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you get to see those lovely videos. Stay awesome.